My daughter Kuri has DRPLA, a disease that causes atrophy of the brain. It is hereditary and progressive. There is no cure. Kuri is bedridden. My husband, Chiaki, passed away 5 years ago from this disease. I wrote OHANA Family in hopes of finding a cure. I pray that I can save my daughter. Chapter 1. Chiaki and Company. Chiaki worked for a newspaper company with me for a while. The president of the company had been looking for his next successor since I first met him. So when Chiaki's work visa was approved, the company hired him as a presidential successor. But from the first day, Chiaki did not get along with the president. When he came home, he said he was told that newspaper journalism is more important than televised journalism. I tried to console him, saying there are differences even in the same journalism, and he did mean that you should renew your mind with a newspaper. But it didn't have much of an effect on Chiaki. The president is a benefactor to us. I told him, all the best for our daughter, but he still complained every day when he came home. Then one day, 2 months later, I received a phone call from a senior worker at the company. Mr. Chiaki yelled at the president in a loud voice. I don't know the details of what happened. The senior said, I thought I was trying not to make argument, but I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. When 3 months had passed, the president called me. He showed me a sealed envelope with the words, we had him work for a test period, but unfortunately, we can't hire him. This is a letter written by Chiaki. He can't get hired anywhere with this. The letter was lined with terribly messy characters. I was shocked because I had not yet thought that my husband was that bad. The president said, and since Chiaki damaged the company's car, I'll deduct that amount from his wages. I never heard a word from Chiaki about crashing the car. When I went to the parking lot and looked at the company car, I saw a big dent on the right side. It looked more like he had scrapped it than hit it. Did Chiaki not apologize for that? He is not that kind of a person. I asked him about it as well as the fact that he was fired from the company. Chiaki was content to quit his job. He said, scratches. Maybe I scraped the wall when I stepped on the brake, but I don't notice it every time. I guess that when the hurt happened, if it's taken out of my paycheck, why not? He didn't even notice the scratches. Something was different. The Chiaki I knew was more sensitive, more attentive to other people's things. How could you stay so calm like that? Don't you feel bad for damages the car? Even though I was worried about Kuri, I began to have trouble sleeping when I thought about Chiaki. Little by little, our family was being broken. Chiaki was always angry. I was also irritated. But I sensed that Chiaki's anger was unusual. He would get extremely angry at the smallest mistake, such as spilling a glass of water, and would not speak to me for days on end. Every his own mistake were all my fault. He was always crabby and would glare at me when I tried to talk to him. When he would get angry, he would say, "I'm going back to Japan," and he would take his suitcase out of the attic. I have been hit and the t-shirt I was wearing was pulled off and ripped. "Okay, please stop. Sorry." Each time we cried and begged him to stop.